One very easy way to tell a senior engineer from a junior developer would be by the number of times they repeat themselves when writing a simple feature or writing a simple task. And this is a very serious concept in computer science, although it might not be obvious to you if you're from a non-computer science background. It's a whole thing. Yeah, you can look this up on Wikipedia and maybe read up on some documents to fill yourself up. But the whole concept is called "do not repeat yourself." So it's a nice, easy way of doing things whereby you just write once and then you use that piece of code by calling instances of it from time to time. So I'm going to make a simple example here using a Vue.js project. Now look at this. This is completely empty. I just started this and installed Tailwind CSS. So we'll remove this code. We don't need this. I'm also going to take that out. I'll take this whole thing out. Take this one out too. And let's start building something. Right. For the sake of this tutorial, we want to write a navbar, and I'm going to call this look at this, let's say navbar. All right. Flex justify between, if I can spell, between, and then we're going to have three items here. Let's say item C 3 times, and then I'll say this is W4 just to cover the width of the screen. And okay, let's put this whole thing in another div and call this, maybe not call this, just give this a width of don't know, let's say 80% of my screen, because it's kind of a large screen. And then I'll say MX auto. Alright, so let's look at this. Nice. Let me zoom in so we can all see what's on the screen. Nice. So we have 3 items on the screen spread out. Let's say for this project, we on the top left side is going to be our logo. So I'll logo, and then links will be here, and then maybe a search bar will be in the center. Okay, we're looking good. Let me just give this a little this is by 3. Nice. All right, so on that links here, this is where things will begin to get interesting. On that links here, I'm going to have let's say flex, because I want this to have multiple items, and then this will be a link to home page, right? And then I'll copy this 3 times save, or let's make it 4 times save. So home space between them, this is space X, follow me, 10px. Great. Now if I am going to style this, right, if I'm going to make changes to any kind of updates or changes to these items, I'm going to have to do it 4 times to maintain uniformity. However, by employing the do not repeat yourself principle, I can take 3 of these out and then write. Okay, I can take 3 of these out and then use a loop. Use a loop for x in 4. Can use a loop to essentially output 4 items. So that way, whatever styling I write for this in whatever styling or functionality I give to this block of code here, it will be automatically replicated for all 4 of them, and then I don't have to run up and down trying to fix that. And then you say this is not efficient, obviously, because, well, we're not going to call all of them home. So I would say scripts. This is like regular Vue.js. Oh, what's going on with me today? Okay, then we have name. Let's just call this it's app, so let's leave that. And then data, I want this to return something to return an object links, and then links is going to be an array. Links is going to be an array that will contain title. We'll call this home, and then would contain a tool function, for instance. Let's call this tool, or let's say link to. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. And then this will be a path, say path, wherever that links to. And then I'll copy this, okay, we have home, about, profile, and let's call this logout. Okay, let's call this login. Okay, this is looking good. And then let's save that, come back here and say for each x in links, let's have x dot title. And then obviously they are links, so we would want to let's make this an a tag. Okay, make this an a tag, and then usually you'd use something like you use Vue router or maybe React router or something to handle your routing, but I'm not going to go through that. So we're just going to connect this to link to. We're just going to connect each of these to external websites. Okay, now automatically, see, if I click on this, it will take me to voila, google.com. So what happens here now is, if I need to add to, the beauty of what just happened here is, if I need to add a new route to this, a new content to this, I don't have to touch my main code. It's already set. All I have to do is add a new object to this at whatever position I want it to come into, and say I'm going to call this one let's call this one pricing, right? I'll call this pricing, and yes, if and uh, right, we have pricing already. That's the beauty of dry, of do not repeat yourself. Now, if you're doing something like we did here, and then you notice you're going to write the exact same thing more than once in close proximity, then do not write it more than once. Write it once and then extrapolate it. Use a for loop to use a for loop to call that thing, and you'll have such a very, I think, clean code, in my opinion. Yeah. So I guess we'll call it a day right here. Hit me up, tell me what you understand and what you don't understand. If there are places you think we can make improvements to this very simple, foolproof approach to writing code. And I'll be very sure to respond to your comments.